Today we're going to talk about culture that draws people to you and keeps them with you. You know, everybody throws the word culture out there. You know, it's kind of like a unicorn. You can't see it, but you know what it looks like. However, have you determined what it looks like? If I say culture to your team, can they describe it like a unicorn? Everybody knows what a unicorn looks like. And culture it's a very tricky subject. If you have not established a culture or best practices or core values within your company, and you say you have culture, but you go and ask somebody on the team and say, well, you know what is the culture of our team? Can they answer that? You know, it's interesting because the biggest expense in business is turnover. I mean, seriously, it is the number one expense. And people say, well, you know, I didn't have to pay much for an agent because they're paid on results. No, they're not. How much time did you spend training them, working with scripts, having them invested into the team, working with your transaction coordinators and your ISAs and everything else, which is inside sales associate. Think about how much time you invested into that. I'm sorry, are you worth $5 an hour? Last time I checked, you are not. It is a huge expense. So quit hiring people based on a need. The thought of desperate people do desperate things is the worst business decision you can ever do. I'd rather go without than hire somebody who's not in my culture. Don't go hire the biggest hitter in town because they do the most amount of business if they don't fit the culture. You know, we talked about the hiring that I have done based on a cashier at a gas station. That's culture. See, can you define the culture when I talk about stories like that? Yes, you can. I hire people that care about people, that have a servant's heart. I hire people that say, you know what, this buyer's agent it has a family emergency, can't be out. Another buyer agent will step up, go show them houses, take care of everything, and not expect a dime in return. That's what a team does. It's the value of a culture. It's much greater than the value of 3 superstars. Think about any sports team. There might be 1 or 2, superstars. They're in Hall of Fame, but could they have been there without the team? So you hired a culture. I can teach anybody how to sell. I can teach anybody how to be a great buyer's agent, a great listing partner, a great CEO, a great sales manager. I can give them those tools. But if they can't fit the culture, I am not going to waste my time. Because what happens is they get into the company, I invest quality time, and I'm worth $300 an hour minimum just to talk to at the office. So what happens is you have to think about what you're investing into this person and what you're going to get in return. If they're not fitting the culture, this is what happens. The team members have animosity against you. Well, why can this person do that and I have to do this? You know, before we all took care of each other. Now this one, they only care about themselves. You are going to destroy your culture. Define it and hire to it. They don't have to be the best people. Some people start out as ISAs, depending on your state. They're not even licensed. So look at what your state regulations are. If I got somebody who's got a great common sense, they have a servant's heart, and they care about people, I will put them in my bus and I will make a seat for them. So don't put blinders up on that. Hire a culture, not based on production. Save yourself some money. Again, it's the biggest expense that any company goes through. So you know what? Define your culture. Share it with the team. Have the team help you. Say, what do you feel the culture is? Define it and stick to it. Save yourself some money, and that culture will spread throughout the entire community. People will want to come work for you because of the culture. Consumers will want to do business with you because of the culture. So there's my tip for today. You have an amazing week, and I'll talk to you next week.